Welcome to Keeba Live. The Keeba Live Podcast is on the air. I'm your host, William Lee, and this is Keeba Live. Hello, everybody. Great to be here this afternoon. Great time. This is Saturday. It is 73 degrees. We're outside the studios on the back deck enjoying the beautiful weather. Blue skies. Oh, they're so relaxing and beautiful. No rain. Isn't that exciting also? No gray, no rain. That's really great. We got a great show for you today. We're going to be talking about many things and a few highlights of what's going to come on this week as far as activities are concerned. There's quite a few of them, by the way. And we're really excited to talk about them for sure. One of the things that we'd like to discuss with you is I want to take a moment and thank a good friend of mine there, Abe Cortez, for doing an outstanding car show, Unity Car Show, that was up at Emerald Downs. And it was an outstanding event. And Abe with Suave TV is the producer. Abe, you did a great job, and thank you so much. What a show. If you got a chance to see it, it was marvelous. Abe Cortez, way to go, Abe. Job well done. I'm always excited to talk about car shows. I love car shows. Car shows and special events in the community, that's my bag, and I really enjoy talking about them and becoming a part of them. Abe also has sent to me in an email form. It's September 3rd. He will be hosting and producing another show for the folks in Tacoma. It's going to be absolutely free. It's at the Tacoma Metro Park area where the old Wilson High School was, and I've forgotten the name of the complex. Abe, if you're out there listening, please shoot me an email, will you, and let me know what it is, and we'll make sure we get it on the air. We'll be talking more about that in future shows to come. Today's show, we're going to talk about, common sense things. A good friend of mine sent me a picture, which he posted on Facebook, which I thought was really cool, of something that we really never think about until we experience it. And it seems that Mr. Tracy, is his name, was down at a park, enjoying the park, came back to the automobile and noticed a Santa can with the doors open and a gentleman taking a brief rest in the Santa can with the doors open. Wouldn't one think that if you were out in a park, now check me if I'm wrong, the wind is not blowing. So if the door latch didn't work on the Santa can, that would not be an excuse. The door is not working, but yet there he is standing there relieving himself for all nature to see as they drive by or drive into the park area. Wow. Can you imagine how creepy it must have been to some people, especially when they have their children and they're out to have a good time, and there he is in the shadows with the door open, the sunlight filtering in. He has his sports shirt on, you know, that one that has a little t-shirt with an advertisement on it. And he's standing there, and we won't go any further than that, okay? Because I don't want to draw a negative picture in your mind, of course. Wow, isn't that just delightful? You never know what you're going to see next. So thanks, Tracy, for sending that to us. We're going to repost it on the website page. That's one of those neat things that we want to repost to see if we can't enlighten people that Santa cans do come with doors, and they can be closed at the time that you need to. So keep that in mind if you have an experience of having to use a Santa can. I've got some other neat stuff coming up, and I've really am amazed at all the wonderful things that are going on around the communities. It was so much excitement for me just recently to interview some of the original people that were involved in Puyallup and South Hill history. And one of the historical points, as we all know, is the Fruitland Grange up off of 39th Avenue East in Puyallup. It's actually South Hill, but and it was really exciting for me to interview these folks. Now, these are the actual family I interviewed was the family that dad and brother, I believe it was, helped the construction of the Fruitland Grange. And they told some wonderful stories about the Fruitland Grange and how back in the early 30s, how the community got together and started the Grange movement, and how in 1939 the Grange was built, and all the activities from the dances to the fact that the Pierce County Fair at one time was actually held at the Fruitland Grange for a few years until they found their home. It was exciting for me to visit or step back into history. It was really great. And I am really, really, truly amazed at all the wonderful things that they have done at the Fruitland Grange. Well, I would say probably now 6 or 7 months ago, there was a kind of what I call a dark day in the Grange's life. It seems that the insurance company had come down and made an ultimatum to the Grange board that if they did not get some of the stuff fixed in the Grange, that their insurance would be canceled and the property would have to be locked down. Now, the importance of this is two things. Number one, the Grange has been an historical spot and is a part of our history here in Puyallup and in South Hill. The other thing that you have to also view is the fact that a great group of individuals called the South Hill Little League received the authorization to use that park area, which they built into a baseball diamond. In fact, it's been there since 1960 and has been utilized every year in baseball for kids. I mean, that was an activity that the Grange really felt was a necessity for the area, for the youth of the area, and has been so. And a lot of the business community has really pitched in and helped keep the ballpark going. And it's quite a ballpark indeed. Nothing is more fun than going out on a Sunday afternoon or a Saturday, as far as that goes, and watching the kids play baseball with your, lounge chair there, and maybe take out the Barbie and have a good time while the kids play baseball. The Grange has made this very available and has written off part of the expenses throughout the years. When the insurance company threatened the lockdown, because they simply said the building was not to standards that was insurable and that they were very concerned about different problems occurring, the Grange immediately felt a real sad moment because it looked like it was going to perish. However, the baseball people and the Grange people gathered, I feel, a real momentum to save the Grange. The Little League organization went to GoFundMe and wrote nice articles and raised a bunch of money to help revamp the Grange Hall and bring it up to standards. In that note, the Grange also, with funds that they had and continue to build with, through renting the facilities and hosting different events, was able to, first of all, put on a brand new roof. A beautiful, beautiful job. The contractors did an outstanding job. Many of them worked hours absolutely for free or at low cost to cover expenses. The building was completely resited with the same people working very hard. The core root, naturally, which had been the group from the baseball community and the group from the Grange. The building was resited. New gutters has been put on the building. Electrical problems in the kitchen area have been resolved. Now they're working on the entranceway with new carpeting. They've raised money through funded activities to put in a new carpet in the front Grange area. It's been repainted. And the list of projects, little and small, have continued on. Now, the Grange has survived the first hit, and I call it a hit, of being eliminated. They've made it because a hardcore good group of people in this community, sponsors and other people, have come about and helped the Grange survive. Now, of course, everybody says, well, wait a minute, is that old building back there now with that green roof that... Oh, gee, many Christmas. It looks like an old warehouse or something that's been abandoned. Well, no, it's not. The Grange is still active. In fact, the Fruitland Grange in the state contest. Just recently they had a big convention over in, I'll think of it in just a minute. It'll hit me. Ocean Shores Convention Center had a big convention at the end of June. And the Fruitland Grange was the most improved Grange as far as structure is concerned and remodeling of all the Granges in the particular state region. And I thought that was really outstanding to hear that. They have really put in a lot of work. And I know I sound like I am harping, but I'm not. They've got a lot more work to go. But these brave people have continued on. 2 reasons. Number 1, they believe in what the Grange stands for. And number 2, they know that the Grange is a part of Puyallup history and should be saved. Stop and think about it. I can remember, and I'm not going to tip off my age, but I can remember going to Halloween parties when I was a young boy at the Grange and all the exciting activities that were going on at the Grange. I can remember people talking about the Friday night dances, from big band sounds to Western sounds, being held at the Grange, or different events being held at the Grange. Special meetings or concerts or recitals were held at the Grange for many years due to the fact that it was a large Grange with a full-scale, beautiful upstairs concert hall for the time, and it was the place to be. As the years have gone by, naturally, people have, with high tech, you got more involved in doing other things. We're very lucky. Puyallup has grown, South Hill has grown clear to Graham and beyond, and there's a lot of venues now available. And the Grange is one of those, I think, important venues that should remain available. Now, when I got done interviewing the folks, and I want you to understand that these folks were close to 90 years of age, the one lady whose dad built the Grange said, "Thank you and keep it up. Thank you for trying to save the Grange and to try to bring it back to the glory years." Well, Keeba and Wildchild have teamed up to try to continue to bring in entertainment. We're working on that venue now. We have had a health fair there, and it was wonderful. We had a art show there and crafters show, and we have other things planned in the future to raise more awareness and money for the Grange. Keep that Grange going. So, if you have an event and you need to rent a hall, reasonable hall, good size, may I suggest go to the Facebook page, look up the Fruitland Grange, and our good friend Bob will take you through. Just give him a call on the phone there, and Bob will take you through the Grange and make arrangements for you if you're interested in renting the Grange for family get-together, recitals, or whatever events that you have, and maybe a special wedding coming up or events. There's the place to hold it at the Grange. Very affordable. Today, we will also talk a little bit about what's going on over at the Disruptors. Now, the Disruptors is a new show, and I am so excited. I am the co-host, my good friend and business associate, Candace Thompson, who is a disruptor of normal. I mean, if she cannot disturb it, it is not disturbable in the business world. One of the outstanding Northwest professional business accelerators. Has done a marvelous job. She has helped us put together a show that talks about business and how we can disrupt business. Well, we talk about, various things. And we also have guests that come on. And the guests talk about their business or how their business is going to affect the internet or the local downtown area. We love to have them on. We've had people from the American Cancer Society, Rhonda Kirky. Rhonda, great lady indeed, bleeds purple for the Cancer Society. And it was an honor to have her on our show.